You are listening to Confessions of a Counselor podcast with Janice, mental health in bite-sized chunks. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Confessions of a Counselor. I'm your host, Janice, and in the last episode of season 11 on what is the function of feelings, I thought we would answer one final question of why do I feel so many feelings, right? So what is the function of feelings and why maybe do I feel my feelings at such an intensity? I thought that this would be a good topic to explore on our last episode. So let's jump right in. So when it comes to feelings and what's going on in our bodies, everyone experiences feelings in their own unique way. And I think it's really hard to kind of know or qualify like this person feels more or less than this person, and kind of valuing it in that sense. But I think what's really important here is to kind of talk about um, what's happening in our bodies. And I think this conversation comes back to kind of our window of tolerance and our nervous system, right? So that fight or flight response that we've talked about in previous podcasts, where the intensity of our feelings kind of comes from this place of how regulated am I, right? How well am I taking care of myself that I can then manage when something comes up? So, a conversation that I'm having a lot lately is, if I'm not taking care of my basic needs, right? Am I sleeping? Am I eating? Am I getting enough rest? Am I doing enough to kind of fill my joy? Is there something that's kind of keeping my mind busy and active? If those basic needs aren't being met, then I'm going to be more likely to be affected or impacted by my feelings. And then there's kind of this um, kind of natural state of ability to kind of stay grounded, right? So we've talked about our windows before. So a reminder, our window is kind of our capacity to handle intense feelings, right? So some people's windows are itty bitty, right? They're very, very small. And other people's windows are very, very big, right? A lot of things could happen in their lives and they are just going to roll with the punches as they come. And other people have very, very small windows, and the slightest disruption is going to kind of knock them out of that window. And this is just based on, our personalities, our bodies, our upbringing, right? All of this kind of interplays into whether or not we have a small window or a big window. But I think the kind of to answer the question like why are my feelings so intense, I think this comes back to that either perhaps you have quite a small window and you need to make sure that you're doing lots to kind of stay regulated, or there's a lot going on in your life and so um, it's a lot harder to stay in your window because of the intensity of what's going on in our lives. And I think either of these answers, right? If we say yes to either of these answers, I think the idea then comes back to what do I need to do to help take care of myself, right? Um, so what do I need to do in order to feel okay? And it's okay that we're feeling feelings at such an intensity, right? I think that they're is a benefit to feeling our feelings and feeling through them and not avoiding them. So whether it's that we have a teeny tiny window, or it's that we're in a really chaotic, hectic part of our lives right now, if we're feeling our feelings at an intensity, it's okay, right? All it's doing is giving us information, right? So our feelings are just communicating to us that there's a lot happening, right? And so what do I need to do then to take care of myself because there's a lot happening? Um, and so it's okay, right? It's okay that we feel our feelings big, and it's just that our bodies are expressing a lot, right? And there's a lot going on, or our body needs to feel those feelings. And so it's saying, hey, there's a lot going on. Please listen. So I think that that is why we feel our feelings so intensely. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. I hope that's helpful, and I hope you enjoyed this season of kind of understanding what's happening in our bodies and why we're experiencing certain feelings so that we can decrease that kind of natural thought to say, like, oh, this feeling is a bad feeling, or I don't want to feel this way, or why do we even have feelings? The hope is that by understanding them better and kind of understanding what's happening in our body, we can have more compassion for our feelings and help them to be in our bodies more comfortably. Okay, until next time, take care. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Confessions of a Counselor podcast is available anywhere you like to listen to your podcasts, both on Apple and Android. New episodes are released every Friday. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to join the conversation, leave a review, or subscribe to the podcast hosted on Spotify. You can find all these details on janicelyons.com. Until next time, take care.